This is the second part of the LoRaWAN tutorial. So in this video, we're going to program the firmware for the B-L072Z-LRWAN1. And the software development tools that we're going to use is the Keil from Microvision version 5. So we are going to assume that you have the knowledge of how to program the STM32 microcontroller using the Keil. So the first thing that we need to do is to download the software expansion pack for the LoRaWAN. So in this website, we go to the tools and software, and we look for iCube-IR1, which is the LoRaWAN expansion pack for the STM32 cube. Click on this. Get software. Click Get Software, accept the license agreement, and you'll be prompted to enter your username and password. Or you can create an account. So for this video, I've already downloaded the software expansion pack and I place it on my desktop. Let me turn on the Keil. Okay, we go to project, open project, scroll to desktop, and expansion software folder, look for projects and B-L072 LR1 application LoRa. We're going to configure it as an node and choose the MDK ARM, and we're going to use the LoRa example and modify to our needs. Next, we have to go to the project and click on the option, and under the C/C++, okay, the default is actually EU 868 MHz. Okay, this is the default, but we have to change it to region AS923 and click OK. And you have to compile it once. After you compile, you look for the project end node, and you can see the main.c. If you did not compile, you are not able to see what are the header files. So after compilation, you are able to expand and look for commissioning.h. So this is the file that we need to modify. There are 4 things that we need to change. First, for this commissioning.h file, there are 2 versions. The old version, the naming has been changed to the new naming in the new version. So for example, like the app UI has changed to join UI. The app key now changed to the network key. Okay, so the first thing we need to change, the first one is that we have to ensure that we are going to use the over-the-air activation, which is similar to what we set in the ducting network. Next, we have to ensure that the static device UI is 1, which means that the device UI is LoRaWAN device UI, and the LoRaWAN device UI is over here. We're going to change the value for the LoRaWAN device UI based on the network, the things network. So we go back to the things network. We log in. Due to the time restriction, I may split the recording into 2 parts. Another part again. I'll go to my console. Click on Applications And this is the application that we have created in the previous video, example application 01. And in this application we have one device. Click on the device and note this device UI, application UI, and app key. We can expand, so we can copy over to the firmware in our LoRaWAN board. So the first one is device UI. Copy and we insert into the LoRaWAN device UI. Control V. The next one is the application UI. Click here and copy to join UI. Okay. And last one is the application key. Copy. And it's not the LoRaWAN app key, but it's the network key. Okay, once we are done, we click Save. Compile. Make sure there's no error. There are 3 warnings which are referring to the GPS location. You can either enter your GPS coordinates manually or you can ignore it. And we have to download to our board. Okay, so it's flashing. You can see on my screen our board is flashing, which means that it's now in the downloading process. Okay, now it's done. Next we use the Terraterm. Terraterm is a software that will communicate with the external UART. So click on the Terraterm, or if not, you can download from the internet. Terraterm. We have to select the correct serial port. So we have only one here, COM11. Okay, how do we? Okay, next we have to configure. Go to the setup, serial port, and we have only one. How do we check whether is it the correct one? We go to the device manager and look for ports and make sure it's the ST-Link, ST Microelectronics ST-Link, and it's COM11, so which is correct. COM11 and the speed is 115200. Data 8-bit, priority none, stop bit 1 bit, and flow control none. Click OK. Okay, once I press the reset button, okay, I will be able to see the communication between the LoRaWAN board, this board, with my computer through the UART. So it's an over-the-air activation. Okay, seems like it's not going to join. Okay, we have to confirm that there's a communication between our device here and the Things network. Okay, the Things network. So you can go to the Things network over here and go to data. Okay, obviously there's some connection here. Now let me clear. Okay, finally, when we see the join, it means that it's connected to the internet, to the Things network here. So you can see there's value uploaded here. Okay, let me show you again. So I clear the screen, and when I press the reset button, okay, you'll see that it's trying to communicate with the Things network. Okay, so we receive some activation here. So it says join. Once you see join, it means that the connection between the things network and our devices is complete. And the software, the firmware that the example firmware, it's always updating the things network every 10 seconds. Okay, I will stop the video for now, and I'll continue in the next video of there's some configuration that we can make. Okay, see you in another video.